Yesterday morning was one of those days where you just kind of get up and everything kind of seems normal. And yet, as my son was getting ready for school, as we were getting his clothes on, he just kind of reached up with his arms and asked for me to hold him. So I picked him up and I wrapped my arms around him, and I thought this was one of those, like, let me give you a short hug moments. And yet he just kept hugging and he kept hugging, and it may have gone on for, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, almost to the point where it was like, okay, he's needing something. His heart was reaching for something. Those are those moments during the day that you long for as a parent, and yet at the same time, I've been wrestling with this because it seems like, well, that's a longing that so many of us have, that we desire security, that our hearts reach out for intimacy, that our lives desire closeness with others, affirmation. And in that moment, it was at least reminding for me that his heart needed to be valued, his heart needed to be cared for, that his soul needed a safeguard. I wonder what it would look like if we went into our jobs that way. If we went to the mailbox and met our neighbors across the street, or waved to people in the supermarkets, or whether it was just folks we sat next to in church, or any random person or even very intimate person we know, what would it look like if we entered into that moment thinking, I have to value this person's heart. I have to safeguard their soul, because this is a moment where they could be blessed, and this is a moment where they could be rejected. This is what we see in Jesus. This Christ that meets with the woman at the well. This Jesus who reaches out to her and loves her and cares for her in ways that most folks hadn't and wouldn't at that time. Or maybe it's the sinful woman who comes to Jesus and gets on her knees before him, and yet in the midst of religious people, he is the only one that shows this is what religion is. It's love. It is cherishing the heart of a person. It is caring for them because you love God. I wonder what it would look like if we did that. Not just with those that we love, but as Christians if we entered the world that way. Hopefully this is something that blesses you. Hopefully it's something that you wrestle with and think about. Have a blessed week.